You are now listening to Oversaturated, the podcast, hosted by Johnnie and Ralph. Now let's get it.
Welcome to another episode of Oversaturated, the podcast, where we discuss music, movies, pop culture, and everything in between. I'm Johnny.
And I'm Ralph.
Welcome to episode number 273.
Man, 273. I'm Rude Boy Ralph this week. Yeah, man.
Talk about it. Hey, new listeners, please follow us on all social media. Facebook, just search Oversaturated the podcast. X is Oversat Podcast. Instagram is Oversat the podcast. And our email is oversatpodcast@gmail.com. And please be sure to check out our website, oversatthepod.com. Anything you need to know about OS is there.
Yes, sir. If you want to follow us individually, I am the Mind of Ralph across your social media platform.
On X, I'm JON2_B. On Instagram, I'm JBS_ESL_AAMU. Make sure you holler at us. We bike another week.
Yes.
Rastafari.
Yes. Yeah, man.
How you feeling, man?
Oh, man. Yeah, man. Rude Boy Ralph, man. Yeah. But no, I'm just, hey, as you can tell, I'm a little bit over exaggerating certain things because I have a vacation lined up this week. So, yes, gunshots.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm just, bro. You know, we talk about this. I ain't been able to do much this year, man.
Yeah.
So all I did was, me and the wife went to San Antonio for her birthday. But this is my trip.
Hey.
This is for me. Hey, man, that's all I got. Yes, yeah. I am excited. But coming off of the week, I can take my shades off now. But coming off of the week, right? This was my first full week as returning to the office. So shout out to the people that cared so much about government employees and what we did and didn't do. Actually, it's harder to work from home because it's easier to work from home because you have less distractions.
Facts.
That
is a big fact.
Because I don't have children. I live in a pretty decent neighborhood. There's no noise or anything.
Yeah.
So you really have to focus. So when you're in the office and everybody's there,
it's different.
It's different. And they've been doing a lot of, platitudes. Of course, when you come back as Employee Appreciation Week, we could have been did this, baby. Like, you know what I'm saying? We could have been did this one. Y'all buying pizzas and serving sheet cake. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The bagels y'all got,
top notch, top tier.
The bagel school.
Say less.
But that's the only thing I kind of bent the wheel on because I didn't have breakfast that day.
Mm.
Like this is the day I didn't bring breakfast.
Okay.
And I've always, Johnny knows, and I'll even tell the OS listeners, I work in 100% security facility. So, yeah, I'm allowed to have my phone on me. It's not like top secret, but then again, everybody has to go through a measure of TSA level security. So, imagine doing that just to go for your smoke break.
Yeah.
So if you do that for a smoke break, what are we talking about for lunch? So I gotta bring food. Like, listen, I know it sounds very first world, but is that much of an inconvenience? So, and the building is so packed, the break rooms are packed. There's no cafeteria. Like, what we gonna do? Have a food truck outside? Like, what are we gonna do? Like, I don't know. And then I have to eat at my desk.
See,
it's like you got to eat at your cubicle.
I hate it, bro.
So this is what y'all wanted, though. Like, the people were so pressed. Well, they should just go to work. I'm like, God damn, like I don't work from home. Like, I work.
Right, very efficiently at that. Might I add?
Right now, y'all tapping into other stuff. Now I gotta buy gas all the time. Y'all hating. I have never hated on anybody that works at home remotely. I never understood that.
Me either.
But y'all,
I know.
Okay,
I know.
But yeah, it was a time I've changed my schedule to kind of keep certain things free for me in the afternoon. It takes me 30 minutes to get to work, so I go to work at 6 a.m. now. So I'm just an early riser. I'm a full-blown adult.
Hey, tight.
That doesn't mind being in bed by 9:15.
Hey, man.
I'm talking about with all the notifications silent.
Man, look, it's something too going to bed early. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah.
even if you don't fall asleep right away, it's just something about ending your night somewhere early where you just either in bed or on the couch, just relaxing, winding down, taking your mind off the day. It's something about that. It just feels good.
So coming off of that week, and then the fresh stuff that we talked about last week. So the fresh stuff that led to a full week of being outside every day. Oh, I'm finna listen, man. My trip is well deserved. I'll just say that. I'll just say that. At the right man, time. What? It couldn't have came better.
At the right time.
But yeah, bro. But how you doing, man? Enough about me. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. Hey man, I'm good. I'm in the midst of spring cleaning. Talk about more adultish, right?
Man, yeah.
It's so much shit I gotta get rid of, bro. Like the years of accumulation of just stuff. Clothes, just items. You may pick up trinkets, free knicknacks here and there. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. So I'm at a point I might have to get one of the big dumpster joints and just take a week and just haul it. So
your sale, no.
So yes, like I'm definitely not against it. That should take time. Like, I just look.
You don't even want to sit outside and say, "Hey, come by this."
No,
like, you don't want to put a sign at the end of the.
No, because if I do, then let's say people do come, they don't buy nothing. Now I gotta break all this shit down and still throw it away. So I just rather skip the pleasantries. Get rid of it.
I got you.
That's me though. But outside of that, man, I'm good. Prepared for spring and summer, full blown outdoor tennis season. So that is, that's great. And yeah, man, just looking forward to what the summer bring. I keep seeing these clips of the Kendrick shows, and hey, man, I can't wait to experience that in person, man.
Yeah,
shit look
I'm gonna be in the boonies though.
Hey, just being in there. I know.
Yeah, sometimes hey, man, that's all I got, bro. Like, cause
I might have to be up there for the Chris Brown concert. So hey, listen, here we are.
Any concert you see me at,
it's up there.
It's up there because I can't listen, bro. Listen, bro. Y'all done tapped into my extra money. I gotta go to work every day. See, I was doing good, baby, when I was working from home, but no, niggas want to hate it.
Facts.
Y'all hate it.
Nah, that's real. That's real. So here we are.
All right, here we are. Man, what we doing? Off the dome.
Off the dome.
I got one for you. Music related. I think you'll like this one, bro. Yep. I'm not even sure if I asked you this question before in our 8 years of podcast. I'm pretty sure it's been remixed before, but not like directly like this. Sample question, right? Have you ever heard a sample and you was like, oh, this is fire, so I need to go find the original, and you actually enjoyed the original song? Now I got my answer, of course, but you know.
Go for it. Let me ponder.
So it's actually your man's Lupe Fiasco. Lupe had a sample. The song was called Much More, which was on his like Revenge of the Nerd mixtapes. Now I didn't know that this was the De La Soul song. I didn't know this at all because I'm not a De La Soul guy by any stretch of the imagination.
Gotcha.
And this, it's okay. It's just they was over there. I just never knew. But Much More was Lupe's song for me for a while. Yeah. But it samples LTD's Love Ballad, and I wasn't hip to LTD like my pops would. My pops had me on a whole bunch of stuff, but the LTD kind of went. You know what I'm saying? But LTD Love Ballad.
Oh, absolutely. Man, what?
Heat.
Absolutely.
But I didn't know that song prior to hearing the sample.
Really?
No, I never, like, that's why I said I never heard Love Ballad before until I heard Lupe, and this was like 2005.
What we have is much more than that. Yeah, that's that shit, bro. That's that shit. I am 100% drawing a blank, and that is crazy. Like, I know several songs that have samples that I know, but I can't really pull them out. Well, the one that's coming to my brain that I think we all know that I didn't know at first, Kanye West Good Life. Okay. That samples of Michael Jackson's PYT. Now, I didn't like, I love the Good Life. I love the song. Of course, I love PYT, but I didn't know that was a slowed down version of PYT. Like, I had no idea. Then I might have saw a clip or something on YouTube. Somebody was explaining it and explaining how Kanye broke it down, slowed it down to create the Good Life, to produce the Good Life song. So just seeing the process and breaking that down to create the Good Life, I thought was fire. So yeah, man, good life and PYT. Okay. So for my Off the Dome, also music. We doing One Gotta Go.
Okay.
This is a 2020, 5 years ago, rap album edition.
I'm thinking. Okay.
I got 3 for you.
Okay, just 3. Okay, cool.
Alfredo, Freddie Gibbs. Burden of Proof, Benny the Butcher. Or King's Disease, Nas. One gotta go. One gotta go. Let's see what Ralph come up with. I had an extra one, but I was like, let me just take it off because that'd probably be the one that you get rid of.
Yeah. This is actually harder than it does seem. I will say Freddie Gibbs.
Okay.
Alfredo.
Okay.
Has to go. Out of these 3 albums, right? The J fan low-key whole stand in me wanted to find a way to get rid of King's Disease, but that's one of the better albums in that line of whatever he did. Like, you know what I'm saying, between the album and, you know, Queen's Disease series and the Magic series.
Yeah.
That's one of the better ones toward the top. Now, if you gave me a different one, we might have a different conversation, but that's not the argument. So King's Disease stays. Burden of Proof is probably the only Benny the Butcher project that I religiously go back to.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about from a totality standpoint.
And
right?
he done put out so many since then.
But Burden of Proof is the one.
That's the one.
That's the one. And then when it gets to Freddie Gibbs, like Alfredo was just in a good line of certain things. Like it was like Bandana and the self-titled joint, right? So I can be okay with Alfredo not being included.
Yep. Now, for me, it's between Alfredo and King's Disease. Okay. Burden of Proof to me, I think it's a phenomenal album. That might have been like one of my top 2 album of 2020, if I'm not mistaken. So Burden of Proof stayed automatically.
Yeah.
For me, excuse me. To me, it's like, which one do I go back to more between Alfredo and King's Disease, right? It's probably even. Like not a whole lot, but enough to be like, oh yeah, I love this.
And I'm thinking because Nas still has the formulaic notion of making 90s rap. I can think of standout songs on King's Disease more than I can think of anything coming from Alfredo. Right now, because I'm drawing a blank.
And Alfredo comes after Bandana.
That's what I'm saying.
Like Bandana was my
because I'm talking about you have Freddie. When you did the Teddy Pendergrass cover.
Which actually you put me on, actually.
All right. And then now you get to Bandana. Alfredo's a really solid to great project. Sure. But it's just if you comparing it against those 2, that's for me.
Yeah. Nah. So I mean, because of that, I also have to go with Alfredo.
Yeah, we talked about.
Now let me ask you, because there was a 4th one I was going to add, but I just knew for a fact that this is the one you would get rid of.
Okay, what's that?
Music to Be Murdered by Eminem.
Yeah,
see, I know that's why I left it off.
I got rid of that one. You got to tailor the question to me. Like
it's true. It's true. It's true. So I was like, you know what? Nah, I'm cool. Yeah. That was a game time decision too, because I got it right here.
I love it though. But now, people, that was Off the Dome, man.
Favorite sample.
Oh, okay, your favorite sample, like.
He already on vacation.
Like, listen, mine gone because I'm on to the next topic. My bad, but always.
Yep.
Yeah. What's your favorite sample?
Yep. And then let us know. One gotta go. 2020 rap album edition. Let us know. Man.
I'm gonna do better. OS gang, what's happening, family and kinfolk? We got a few topics here on the OS news docket this week. Let's start with the top of the top. BET still out here doing award shows. 25 years now, man.
Dope.
So the 2025 BET Awards have just put their nominations out, and is led by none other than Kendrick Lamar.
Hey,
Johnny.
Hey,
what are our thoughts on the BET Awards this year?
Now, remind me, the BET Hip Hop Awards last year is the one that they had in the club in Vegas, right?
Yeah,
that was the trash. Okay, that was trash. That was super nasty. So
disgusting.
I hope they don't continue to follow that trend. But these nominees, I think, are very solid this year. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, reviewing the list, and if a good 70% of these people show up, we could make this feel like a regular BET award show.
Absolutely.
Because a lot of these people who we've kind of given not the best love to over the past few years have blossomed into stars.
Yep.
Like
Absolutely.
they are stars now. So it's kind of
Absolutely.
like it's a reason for us to be excited to watch this.
Yep.
I'm really, excited to see what they do with the performances this year. But if you're just talking about like the nominees, we can talk about it. If a lot of these people show up, we might be on to something.
Absolutely.
We might be on to something.
So I guess let's start at the top. We got album of the year.
Yeah.
We got Drake and Party Next Door, Some Sexy Songs for You.
Mm-hmm.
We got the 11 Deluxe, Chris Brown,
Mm-hmm.
Alligator Bites Never Heal, Doechii, Cowboy Carter, Beyonce, Glorious, Glorilla, GNX, Kendrick Lamar, and Hurry Up Tomorrow, The Weeknd. I think this is a pretty solid album of the year.
It is.
Nominations.
You cover everything. You cover black pop. You cover rap. You cover country. You cover ratchet. You cover R&B.
it's super solid.
It covers the spectrum. But I know you're going to ask me, so I'm just going to throw that out there. I think Doechii wins. I think Doechii wins.
Now, I think Doechii should win. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I absolutely can see this going to. I mean, Kendrick or Beyonce.
I know.
I understand both of them are on tour right now.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's like don't even waste the award. Like the award of the night.
No,
this is the award of the night, and you have listen, that is a very valid point because. If we're just talking about these albums head to head, I would probably put Cowboy Carter against Alligator Bites Never Heal more so than GNX. I love GNX, but not the dust to settle. It's like it's cool.
But you know what though? If I'm being completely honest, Glorious by Glorilla, that was actually a really solid album. Like I actually took the time to listen to it, and it's probably bad.
Listen, none of these albums up here are horrible albums. Well.
Wait, which one you think?
Come on now, some sexy songs for you.
Just Drake still getting the nominations off his name?
Pretty much,
yeah.
It ain't because of P&D.
Well, okay. Touche.
Right. Shout out to Chris Brown for getting 11 in here. Decent album, but hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, man. But I mean, Doechii should get this, but I think it's clear that it's probably gonna go to either Beyonce or Kendrick.
Let's get to this. Let's get to this next one.
Let's do it.
Because this ain't no clear cut. Like there's no definitive winner here.
Oh, and we missed one from that too. We don't trust you, Future and Metro.
I mean, it's solid album, but I don't think it's gonna win.
Okay, so we got best female R&B pop artist.
Listen,
we got Ari Lennox, Ayra Starr. Did I say that right? Ayra Starr, Coco Jones, Kehlani, Money Long, Summer Walker, SZA, Victoria Monet. If I'm keeping it a book, I think nobody should get this but SZA. Now, that's not discounting the year that these other artists have had. I just don't think they've had a bigger year than SZA.
Okay,
that's all.
If that's the hill we're dying on,
that's
cool.
But
who
else?
Like it's definitely like a Money Long or like a Summer, like hell, Victoria. Like what I'm saying, everybody's had a pretty good year.
Agree.
Even Coco.
Agree.
Kehlani has probably the best album out of all of them. But I hear you because SZA is red hot right now.
I'm about to say, like, now if SZA not on here, now we having a whole different conversation. An entirely different conversation.
God damn it.
It's hey man, she cool.
I know, right? So what we doing for the next one?
Best male R&B pop artists. We have Bruno Mars, Chris Brown, Drake, Friday with 2 Y's, Leon Thomas, Teddy Swims, The Weeknd, and Usher.
Now,
I know who I think should get it, but who you thinking?
Okay, Drake is R&B this year, right?
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
Yeah.
All right, because the album is R&B. Bruno had one song he should not be on.
Facts.
And that song we not even talking about it. But we go keep it a buck.
Keep it a buck.
Chris Brown.
Oh, that's not where I was going.
Ooh, Leon?
Yeah, that's who I was thinking.
No, not over Chris.
Really?
Not over Chris. Chris won a Grammy for R&B stuff.
He did with the 11 Deluxe, right?
And for residuals.
Now, this is what I will say. It's been a very long time in both hip hop and R&B where a song has been so great, so grand that we see a lot of other artists jump on the song and do their own versions. It's been a very long time. And then the other artist versions are fire.
Yeah.
Like it's been a minute.
Now,
so
I
get it.
Leon Thomas is nothing to like just brush aside. Hell, Chris Brown's on the remix.
That's exactly.
So
exactly. And that's my argument for Leon Thomas. Like, not only was the album is super fire.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's almost to a point where we get the same reaction that Chris Brown got with Residuals, where people want to hop on the song and do their own version. Now we got the official remix with Chris Brown. The original song, but I think features Freddie Gibbs, if I'm not mistaken. But Leon, I've seen Leon Thomas get a lot of love from people in the industry as well.
Oh yeah, because Leon, he's been in the industry and now he's finally getting his just due.
Yeah,
with just his songwriting capability, and he's a great performer. He plays the guitar like he's dope. Like he is really dope.
Absolutely.
So
yeah, man. Look, I'm not mad either way.
Yeah.
I'm just just saying. So now we got best group. We have we have 41, Common and Pete Rock, Drake and Party Next Door, Flo, Future and Metro Boomin, Jacquees and Dej Loaf, Larry June, 2 Chainz, The Alchemist, and Maverick City Music. Maverick City, easy, boom.
Right, can't go against Jesus.
Thanks.
But no.
None of these are real groups.
Yeah,
now I'm not familiar with 41 though.
I'm not either, so I'm not gonna hold you.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know who Flo is either.
Same, yeah.
Okay. That was just me.
None of the rest of these are real groups.
But if we're going off of, I guess success, we just go say Future and Metro.
I mean,
because they got 2 good albums in 1 year.
Yeah.
So
all
right,
there you go. Best collaboration, we got 30 for 30. That's SZA and Kendrick.
Mm-hmm.
We got Alter Ego. That's Doechii featuring JT. Are You Even Real? Teddy Swims featuring Giveon. Beckham, D Bills featuring Kyle Rich, Kai Swervo, and KJ Swervo. Bless, Lil Wayne, Weezy, and Young Thug. We got Like That, of course. Luther, Kendrick and SZA. Sticky, Tyler the Creator, Glorilla, Sexy Red, Lil Wayne, and Timeless, The Weeknd featuring Playboi Carti. I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea where to go with this. I don't.
It's safe to say that Kendrick will win something.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
That's the lane I'm gonna go. Like Kendrick will win something.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, he does have 3 entries here. So yep, the odds are in his favor.
Yeah, so we'll go with
there you go. All right. Best female hip-hop artist: Cardi B, Doechii, Doja Cat, Glorilla, Lotto, Megan Thee Stallion, Nicki Minaj, Rhapsody, Sexy Red.
We just named everybody.
Literally anybody that's active.
Anybody
that's active. I do not understand why Cardi B is here. Doja Cat, I feel like has had somewhat of a quiet year.
Mm-hmm.
Lotto did have an album, which was decent. I can't recall if Megan put out an album.
Well, she just came off a tour though.
Okay.
In at least in a year cycle.
Yeah.
And she just been putting out music, like stuff here and there. You know how Megan is. Like none of that shit be sticking, and
True.
We back to it.
So it really comes down to to me, it comes down to Doechii, Glorilla, Rhapsody, or Sexy Red.
I know, right?
Because those have been the most active in the last year.
Did Rhapsody put out an album?
She put out an album last year.
Last year. Okay, last year.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. I was like,
I think it. So the BET Awards are like June. So Rhapsody's album, I believe, came out like, well, I don't know. Let's see. Rhapsody. Let's see when she put her album.
Yeah.
Discog. Let's see. Pulling it up now. Please don't cry 2024, but let me get the month there. Let's see. May 17th.
So it came out right before the BET Awards last year.
Yep.
Makes sense. Okay. I was about to say, because I felt like she been quiet. I was like,
yeah, so I remember when her album came out, because she had a decent rollout for it.
Yeah. She was doing a media rounds.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So, well, I guess I kind of exiled Rhapsody.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That's crazy though.
So Doechii or Glorilla? Because
Doechii. Dope G.
Yeah. All right. Well, there we are. All right. So best male hip hop artist. We got Big X the Plug, Boss Man D-Lo, Burna Boy, Drake, Future, Kendrick, Key Glock, Lil Wayne, Tyler the Creator.
First of all, as a person that loves street rap, it's kind of nasty that Key Glock is here. Like,
Key Glock, has he put out a project or something recently? Or within the last year?
Doesn't matter.
Okay, never mind.
It does not matter. I am like, shout out to him though, Memphis, but still no.
Now, clearly Kendrick is there. Tyler the Creator definitely should be nominated. But I'm also not mad at Big X the Plug. I feel like Big X the Plug has been on a hell of a run recently.
It's kind of like this, right? If he can get best new artist, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then again, Leon Thomas will probably be in that category too.
True.
So we're having a different conversation over there. True. But it's like clearly, I think he's rookie of the year. If you're talking about like a mainstream rap, artist.
Oh yeah,
right?
For sure.
Honestly, I ain't mad at Tyler getting this. Honestly, I would love to see Black alternatives get like love on BET stages.
Yeah.
So Tyler has had the year that warrants that type of, you know what I'm saying?
I agree. It just so happens that it happened in the same year that we got the Drake and Kendrick back and forth.
Yeah.
So
and Kendrick leads all nominations with 10. I'm not sure if that's been discussed, but still.
I do think this clearly is going to Kendrick.
Yeah.
But I do want to shout out Tyler and Big X the Plug because they also had amazing years. So
yeah,
man.
We can get straight to
we skipping video to you.
Yeah, okay. Video to you
because like
nobody watches video.
Like that's gonna win anyway.
Like best new artist. Though.
Best new artist.
So
we have 41.
Ayra
Star, Big X the Plug.
Yep.
Boss Man D-Lo, D Bills, Leon Thomas, October London, Shabuzi, and Teddy Swims.
I'm not gonna hold you. That's a lot of heat right there. That is a lot of heat right there. I could say, like I said before, it's Leon Thomas and Big X the Plug, but October London is a huge deal.
Yeah, I mean,
Shabuzi is a huge deal.
Absolutely.
Teddy Swims, a huge deal. So it's like, God damn it,
it's a pretty stacked category.
Depending on who you ask, Boss Man, huge deal. Like, but it's just, I don't know. I'm more so on Big X the Plug side, but I really want to stand behind somebody that's like R&B too. Leon's album is really good.
It really is. Like, it really is. So I don't know, man. I'm loving how great the nominees are and how well versed or not well versed, how diverse these nominations are. I'm not mad at Big X the Plug winning. I'm not mad at Leon Thomas winning. Hell, I'm not mad at Shabuzi winning for real.
I'm not either.
So I feel like just based off the nominees alone, this really makes me want to watch the BET Awards. I haven't had this type of feeling for the BET Awards in a while, like a long time, because I'm loving these categories.
Yeah.
What you want to do next?
Let's skip to best movie. I just want to see
best movie.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Let me get to it. Her actor. Did I skip it? Yep. All right. So best movie. We have Bad Boys Ride or Die. We have Beverly Hills Cop, Axel F. Luther, Never Too Much. Mufasa, The Lion King. One of Them Days. Rebel Ridge. The Piano Lesson. And The 688. Now, real quick. Luther, Never Too Much. Is that a
biopic?
Documentary. Okay, got it. Got it. Interesting.
Yeah, it's a lot going on here. For the sake of conversation, I'm going to completely nix anything that is legacy sequels. Any of those.
Okay, so Bad Boys, Beverly Hills Cop,
Mufasa.
Got you. Okay.
Luther is a documentary. Good, but no. So I haven't seen One of Them Days, so I can't speak on that. I have seen Rebel Ridge, I have seen The Piano Lesson, and I have seen The 688.
Yeah.
Now the 688 is about the Black woman infantry in World War II.
Not necessarily the infantry, because they
didn't have like they didn't do combat, but they did something, whatever women did in that time. But they served. They were veterans.
Yeah, they had them served by sorting the mail. It was like millions of pieces of mail that they kind of got together. So
that's what it was. It was cool, but Tyler Perry did that one. So I wanted to give the black women something, but Tyler Perry messed y'all up on that story.
Hey, man. I'm gonna keep it a book with you. I've seen one of them days. Like it's really good. Like I'm not gonna say it's a feel good movie, but it's a movie that you can really get into and relate. Like this really is like the women version of Friday, if that makes sense. Like I really enjoyed it.
I think that was apparent from the trailer that the trailers and the stuff that I've seen, but I just haven't had the time to literally watch it. But no, I'm in support of that because it's one of the more original content pieces on here. That's what I was trying to go for. I was like, a legacy film should not win this.
Got you.
Y'all can have it over there, but let's highlight a black woman led film or a black produced film. Those things. All right, cool.
Even though Beverly Hills Cop Act 12 was way better than I anticipated. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like that shit was it was really good.
Listen, I excluded my bias. That's why I said we go take the legacy joints out. Like, let's talk about.
It was really good. That's crazy. But no, out of this category though, I really do think I would give it to One of Them Days, just because of it being like an original property. The story was good, and it's just a movie where it's not a whole lot going on. The story is good. The chemistry between SZA and Keke Palmer is amazing. It's just a good film. It's a good film. So shout out to best movie, man. We care about actors and actresses.
No, not for real.
Nope. All right.
I mean, anything else in here you want to tackle?
I'm trying. Oh no, I guess that's it. We got Sportsman of the Year, Sportswoman of the Year, Young Stars. Best actress, best actor. No, I'm cool.
Yeah,
I'm cool.
Well, hey, man, that's the 2025 BET Award nominations, man. Hey, we go tap in. We actually might do a recap of the awards.
No, for sure. Because I'm loving these nominees. Again, these categories make me want to actually watch to see who wins, like in real time instead of catching the clips.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Yeah. We might actually tap in. But hey, man, speaking of restoring the feeling, BET over there trying to restore the feeling. Now Lil Wayne over here trying to restore the feeling with his Young Money imprint. Lil Wayne introduces the new era of Young Money. Johnny, you've been able to review it. Are you excited for Young Money making a return?
Let's have some fun here. Let's have some fun. Let's review the original Young Money, right? So, and they got the list here. So we had Drake, we had Nicki Minaj, we had Tyga, Jay Mills, Gutta, Lil Twist, Lil Chucky, and Chanel.
Yeah,
I feel like it's somebody. Is it somebody missing?
Oh, that's it.
Does it? Okay, so pretty like. Thinking about Nicki Minaj, thinking about Drake, hell, even Tyga. Like Tyga was a star before he even got to Young Money, right?
I know people be playing on Tyga.
They do, they really do.
Tyga really got hits, bro.
Tyga was that dude even before Young Money. Exactly. So we'll, but the lineup was fire.
Yeah,
a lot of good projects, a decent compilation project.
Yeah, I'm about to say We Are Young Money was actually decent,
right. Even with no ceilings, how he was able to feature all of Young Money on it on various songs, right?
Yeah,
super dope. Like I feel like this was a solid collective as a label, right?
Yeah.
So knowing that, now let's get to the new reformed Young Money. Now they keep Lil Twist. I'm trying to see. Hold on. I'm trying to make sure I get. Sure I get this right. They keep Lil Twist. Corey Guns. Corey Gunn stays, and we also get a new lineup of new artists that includes Jay Jones, Alan Cubis, Demio. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Poppy, and Lucifina. Tommy Davis has said this best on Breakfast Club. I wish I could put that here. I wish I had the clip. But who are these?
Yeah.
Who? We get an announcement of a new roster. Have no idea who these individuals are. Now, not necessarily saying that's a bad thing, but I feel like there should have been like a video introducing like something in the age of social media. I feel like there could have been a better rollout.
Yeah. And this is the thing, right? If you're going to do a new label, it should not be Young Money. Young Money had its time.
Create something different.
Create something different, because essentially, Cash Money rebranded when Young Money became a thing. It was YNCMB, right?
Yep.
That's how they played it. Even though Young Money was the one moving the needle in that record label, in that house.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure how does this work when Lil Wayne is not the rapper that we consider him to be anymore.
Yeah.
We have never seen him have business savvy.
Okay.
So it's nothing to believe in there. And in hindsight, it's easy to do Young Money because Nicki was hot.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not right before or whenever, but Nicki had buzz before Lil Wayne.
Right.
Drake had buzz before Lil Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
Tyga had buzz before Lil Wayne. So if that is your three-headed monster, plus Lil Wayne being the hottest rapper in the world, the heavy lifting is done.
That's facts.
The heavy lifting is done. So do I expect Lil Wayne to already, like, Corey Guns is on 6'7", 6'7". That was 2011. It's 2025. Why should I be excited for Corey Guns right now?
How are we all
if
15
the most recognizable verse you have is in 2011?
Yeah.
I would love to. We tapping into nostalgia. Like, obviously, that's when we were Young Money. We were outside. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's the era that we're from. Like, you know, Bedrock probably aged horribly. But listen,
facts.
every girl in the world aged horribly.
Terrible.
But that's the era. We was outside. So I'm not really a fan of the whole thing, honestly. Like, I'm really trying to shoot bail, just saying that if you named it Young Money, maybe I would enjoy it. Nah, I can't even get behind it, because hindsight is the best teacher here. And we clearly seen that Nicki Minaj had the buzz and the proper rollout with everything that she had going. Drake becoming Drake,
right?
And then Tyga still being a force to reckon with. Like, I know we joke about Tyga, but for him to be the fourth nigga on the roster and making moves like that,
facts.
All right,
all facts. Listen, so I think we agree that if Lil Wayne's new label was called something different, then we would be a little bit more on board with this. But nobody cares about this new roster of Young Money.
No, not at all.
Young Money itself was a brand that we associate with Tyga, Nicki, Drake, Wayne. Yeah, we know about J Mills, Lil Chucky, Lil Twist, and we know about them, but we know who the stars that came out of that were, right?
Exactly.
So I want to ask you, if you were the GM or whatever for Wayne, what would you call this new one?
I have no idea.
You don't even know where to go.
I don't even know. Look, because I'm sitting here trying to think of an artist that could help Wayne in this space.
Because you would need at least one artist that's already or somewhat established or has some type of buzz.
That's anybody that had a label, they had a clear-cut number two.
Yeah.
Because even like let me just use Shady as an example, right? We had at least D12 to fall back on.
Oh yeah.
We had Obi Trice to fall back on. Now, whatever happened. D12 got 2 albums. I think Obi got 1.
Oh, which was Obi got like three.
Okay.
Two for sure.
2 for sure.
For sure.
The one I remember was definitely a Shady release, right?
Yeah.
50 Cent with G Unit. Clearly, there was a number 2 somewhere.
Yeah.
Everybody a part of G Unit got a solo album.
Facts.
Even Tony Yayo.
Facts.
So, but I'm trying to think of like who's going to be the number 2, because when you already established, you have to have somebody that's a free agent. Like if let's say he got Freddie Gibbs, or if he got,
hell, this is a great time to go get Reason. This is a great time for that.
See, it's people out here that are disgruntled with their situations, and you could definitely make something of it. The best example of this, and I keep using other people, was Rick Ross. I said it. I didn't. MMG.
Yeah.
While it got dropped from Interscope, swooped him up.
Yep.
Meek Mill was making noise, and he was signed to Grand Hustle under T.I. That didn't work out. MMG, he cut the braids. Now look at him. He was a star.
Yeah.
So that was your 3-headed monster. Then you add Stolly and Rocky Fresh, Omarion, Teacher Moses, Teacher, so you gotta have something like that because, and then this helped Ross because Ross was hot too.
Yeah.
So it helped. But Lil Wayne, you ain't hot.
Hey man, I don't know.
And then even with Carter 6 coming out, are you excited for a Carter 6 album?
Not if Lucifina gonna be on there.
And what's so crazy, if we read the article, they're not even on here.
Nope.
He got all these, he got YouTube, he got Bono.
He got Bono, he got Miley Cyrus on there. Like, hey man, I got nothing.
I know. This is nasty.
Wayne is at the point of his career. Clearly, he's established as one of the GOATs, Hall of Fame, all of that. He in the era of his career where he's just doing shit. That's it. That's all it is. Side missions.
I want him to fall back in love with the rap. You're not in a space where people respect you for anything but rap. Like rap and you being influential. It's not the business acumen. It's not the other stuff.
Right.
It's really that.
Yep. Listen, change the name to New Money, then you may have something. That's your free tidbit.
I guess, man. Yeah. But hey, man, let's try this out too, man. Somebody trying to squash beef out here in these streets, man. We trying to get past it. We trying to be big, bigger and move past it. So apparently, Rick Ross did a sit down recently, and he was talking about squashing the Drake beef, and he said he's open to it because he said you never know. Johnny, what do you think about Rick Ross being open to squashing the beef that he has with Drake?
The mature me says that's cool. Like I'm not mad at it. Like, Rick Ross is at an age clearly where music has kind of taken the back seat to his other business dealings, which
absolutely that's been evident with his last 2 to 3 albums,
which I'm not mad at. Like, cool. Like you got money, make your money work. Make your money make money for you. Like, cool. Like, I'm, it is what it is.
Exactly.
But the non-mature side of me is like, do it even matter? Like, no. First of all, nobody remember this beat. Nobody remember the champagne moments you put out during the Kendrick. Like, nobody cares. Nobody cares, and I'm almost certain that Drake don't, because if I know Drake from any of his past dealings, he's one of the pettiest, messiest bitches there is.
Petty, messiest bitches.
So yeah, Rick Ross may want to actually like bury the hatchet and piece it up and all that. I don't see it happening. I really don't see it happening.
What's so crazy, right? Like, yes, what you're saying is valid. Everything is valid, right? Just with there's a mature side to this whole thing. You like, hey, they once were friends or partners in rhyme, if you want to say, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
You would like to think that they can move past it, because as men, we always want to just move past those situations and beefs or whatever. And there was probably no real beef to begin with.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
And that's the other thing. Some things can truly just be misunderstandings. And maybe that's what this was, right? But Rick Ross, you did jump out there in a situation that didn't call for it, because you fall into the category of person that Drake helped, right?
Right.
I hate the notion, because I was a Rick Ross fan before Drake came along, but you're just talking about like overall chart success. Yeah, that's something else.
Yeah.
So I get it. And you see 2 Chainz ain't never say nothing, because 2 Chainz is a beneficiary of those Drake features. Yeah. So 2 Chainz stayed out of it. even though 2 Chainz could rap Drake on the motherfucking table, you ask me, but that's something else.
2 Chainz is out there podcasting with his son. He don't care about none of this.
Exactly.
None of this.
So even if you all reconcile and get past it, what's the motivation in it for you besides just saying that Drake is you and Drake are cool now? Is it you trying to get some more songs? Because honestly, the one that hurts me the most with this is those 2, because they made the best music together.
True.
So true. I was like, damn, listen, y'all. Like, you all who are making songs and albums with 21 Savage and goddamn P&D, that's who you need to make the album with. Because they truly genuinely make the best music together. They bring out the best in each other when it comes to making songs.
True.
You can give me 12 Dice Pineapples and Aston Martin musics and Free Spirit. Like they got joints together.
Listen, it will be great if they reconciled and we do get those additional collaborations. That would be great, but I don't see it happening.
Do you see this as Rick Ross crawling back? Or no?
Nah,
because he too. I think, yeah, Drake is a messy, petty, bitch. Like you said. But Rick Ross is kind of like you're solidified with music and money, so it really has to be that. To me, maybe I'm shooting him too much bail.
I can't see a world where Rick Ross would come crawling back to anybody.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I can't.
He doesn't.
He don't need.
It
he
doesn't
really
behoove him to, because it's like, are we really going to be okay with 50-year-old Rick Ross coming back and doing more, more of the same music when we get on Drake for doing it too? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm kind of, because the thing that Rick Ross suffers from, at least in the last 2 albums, is like, we already branded you as the luxury rap drug bar king, like drug pen king type music,
right?
And you kind of stayed there. You never moved and made nothing else.
Yeah.
Because at first I didn't see Rick Ross becoming what he became.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But then he just kind of marketed the Maybach musics and stuff. Like it worked until you started showing more of yourself.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I don't know, man.
And it's coming from a fan, so
right.
I'm it's hard for me to say these things.
I don't know if this was just a quote from an interview that Ross, would want to piece it up. Like, I don't know. Like, I think it really doesn't matter whether they do or don't. I don't think it's going to change anything for either of them.
It's not.
It's really not. So this even being a headline is like, cool, I guess. But I mean, I don't know, because I don't think we ever get another collaboration between them. If we do, it ain't gonna never be what it was.
It ain't be worth
it. Never be what it was.
It ain't gonna be worth a damn.
So I mean, shit, I guess turn up. Hey, it's lit.
Hey man, yeah.
We'll see them popping bottles again together at one point.
At some point. Hey man, let's try this out, man. Blur topic, blur segment. We had a few trailers drop, right? One officially. One kind of like a bootleg. I don't know, but we'll start with what's official, right?
Yes, sir.
DC Studios, Peacemaker. I was like Peacekeeper. I was trying to say Peacekeeper, Peacemaker, but Peacemaker season 2 trailer just dropped. Johnny, are you excited?
Hey man, I'm gonna keep it a buck. The first clip alone got me lit. Guy Gardner, Green Lantern, was there trying to interview Peacemaker. Hey, Guy Gardner's going to be in a new Superman. The fact that we get the continuity between the Peacemaker show and the new DCU, like that's all I needed. Like I don't care about the storyline. I don't care about none of that. The fact that it's connected, I'm with it. I'm with it. I'm ready for it to drop.
Yeah, I'm just here for superhero content. I wouldn't say I'm as excited as Johnny, because I know Johnny was definitely invested in Peacemaker. I thought it was cool. Like I mean, listen, I haven't finished some Marvel shows, so this ain't no bias. Like I finished Peacemaker. That's what I'm saying. Peacemaker was a good show. Maybe it's been a little while too.
It's been at least 2 years.
That's what, and maybe that's where I'm kind of like lost in it, because that came 2 years after his in Suicide Squad, right?
Yep.
So it was like you had the Suicide Squad, then you get Peacemaker 2 years, and then you get this gap, and we don't know what's going on with DC. Now we get season 2, and season 2 looks like it just picks up where everything left off. I mean, where it left off. So no, I'm definitely going to watch it. I don't know if I had the same excitement level, but I'm definitely gonna watch.
Hey man, look, just give me any Justice League content. I'm with it.
I'm rolling.
And look, and Green. And then I also believe that it will tie into the Lantern series that's going to be on Max as well, because Guy Gardner should make somewhat of an appearance in that too. With Aaron Pierre is supposed to be Hal Jordan. I forgot who's playing. No, Aaron Pierre is playing John Stewart. Did I say that? I say Hal Jordan.
You say Hal Jordan.
Okay, no, he can't play Hal Jordan. I forgot who playing Hal Jordan, but all of these should connect somehow. So I'm with all of it.
Hey man, we'll be here to discuss.
Yeah, man.
Let's try the bootleg trailer, right? So there was a little rumblings, little rumors coming out that Ironheart trailer had dropped. Now, me and Johnny have seen leaked footage of this trailer, which is weird. It's a trailer. It's not a show. Like, why do we have to sit here and look at leaked footage? But Johnny, just going off of what we did see and knowing that Ironheart comes out in a month?
Sometime in June for sure.
The fact that we ain't got a trailer for it is crazy.
It's nasty.
But going off of that, what do you think about that trailer?
I think that leaked Ironheart trailer looks absolutely fire. And it's look. the fact that it now again, no idea if this is the official trailer or what, but if it is, this should have dropped months ago.
Been dropped
because we need
drop. I'm telling you, they should have been dropped.
Look, man, we need to build whatever. We need to build all the hype around this because not only is this a Black woman-led film, it's a continuation of Wakanda Forever.
Yep.
We get the backstory. We get everything about Riri Williams, who will be Ironheart. And it looks like the story is going to be super fire. Super fire.
I am in agreement. I don't think I've been excited for, obviously an MCU television show in a very long time. Just going off of what I saw here, it's not like a cultural thing. Like, I'm not even putting the black on it.
Yeah,
like, it just looks good.
It
like,
does.
it really looked good.
It does.
And it's like, it's pretty much an Iron Man story. You can't fumble post Iron Man anything. You know what I'm saying? Especially if Tony Stark is the center of this universe until, something go over there gets snapped. You know what I'm saying? But for right now, you can't fumble this. The villain looks good. Riri looks good. The character, the supporting characters, all this, like, all of it looked well. One thing I did know, Ryan Coogler is executive producing this.
Oh, see, I didn't know that
So
either. That's fire.
One thing I do appreciate is that Marvel lets him cook the way that DC lets James Gunn cook, or even MCU let James Gunn cook, because he had total control over the Guardians.
And we see how that turned out.
Listen, only if you want to say Wakanda Forever, is because his man's passed. You know what I'm saying? Like, we pivoted, and he still told a good story. If you're looking at the storytelling of Wakanda Forever, it's actually pretty good.
Oh, absolutely,
it's actually pretty good.
And the fact that they weaved in two stories and merged them together with Talokan and Wakanda, like, absolutely,
yeah.
Absolutely.
So just going off of that, and then they letting Ryan cook. I'm definitely more excited for this. I think when I saw it said from executive producer Ryan Coogler, I was like, oh, we cook.
Yeah,
like,
so,
I was like,
say less. Right?
I was like, oh, you got me.
You got me,
because that means Kevin Feige had to get the kick the fuck out the creative room. Like, go on, do something. Leave, let the people cook. Let them cook.
No, that's real.
So
that's real.
I'm happy for that one.
Listen, I'm all the way on board for this. I'm super excited. It comes out on Disney Plus in June. I don't know the exact date, but hey, man, it's on the way.
Yeah,
it's on the way.
Definitely on the way. But hey, man, let's get into this. Finally, Thunderbolts, full Thunderbolts review.
Weird.
I have finally saw the film. I had time. I made time. I usually like going to the movies on Sundays. Went today, actually, so it's fresh.
Yeah, man.
These takes are fresh. I've been dodging takes for weeks.
It's crazy.
For 2 weeks.
Because Marvel been nasty in their promotion. After the movie came out, I was hoping you didn't see it, bro.
Bro, I
had no choice.
I ain't watched none of them blogs, bro. Like, I ain't seen nothing. I ain't been in no message boards. I don't even know what happened. So I went into this film only with what you told me last week. So I have seen it. Let's get into it.
Let's get to it, man.
I mean, hopefully you guys seen it. Spoiler alert.
I know, right? Yeah.
But my impression, obviously my first and only impression of the film, solid.
Okay.
Like, I think it's good. Like, I was pleasantly surprised, and it had that working for it. I did see the multiple themes of grief, regret, mental health. Everybody, I think the acting was well, the pacing was well, the movie wasn't too long.
Yes.
An ensemble cast of people that we did not care about, making me care.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the fact that they let Florence Pugh or Elena be the focal point of the film. Her dealing with the grief of Natasha Steele, the grief of what their family was, that whole exchange between her and Red Guardian was powerful to me. U.S. agent and somewhat being a comic relief, but not being a comic relief. Red Guardian being full-blown comic relief. Full-blown comic relief. Bucky having to get back out here in the streets and get his hands dirty.
Right.
I appreciated that. I didn't know I cared about Ghost. I did not know that. Dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that this movie fired on all cylinders, what you need from an MCU film. Yeah, we can get into it, bro. Like, I was really good watching the show.
Yeah, even still, right? Being a week removed from seeing the film, it's like the fact that they were able to take all of these C-list characters outside of Bucky, of course, because we've seen his whole arc, but
pretty much
like these C-list characters that have have been in offshoot movies and TV shows. The fact that they were all able to come together and have great chemistry like they did in this movie, I thought was phenomenal.
Yeah,
which is what actually carried the film, because there wasn't really a lot of action. The best action sequence was in the first 20-30 minutes. And that was when they was all fighting before the room got incinerated. That was the best action sequence.
Well, like, what about the limo chase? You don't like that?
The limo chase
when they was in the desert and the Humvees with the guns.
I mean, that was cool, but I mean like hand to hand.
Oh, hand to hand.
Yeah, like okay. The fight scenes, right? We got that, and then we got like, if you want to call it a fight, when they fought Sentry in the tower. Like,
yeah, we'll talk about that too.
Yeah, so but the fact that, again, this movie is really character driven, which is something I feel like we haven't gotten in an MCU film in a very long time. And it felt good. I never felt like there was a boring moment in the film, even though the film was really dialogue heavy. Yeah, I never felt bored.
Yeah, it was ebbs and flows of dialogue, and then it gets right back to some type of action, some type of fight, some type of let's see what what's her name? Dave Valentina. Dave.
Oh, DeFontaine. Valentina DeFontaine.
Yeah, she was like, you have to put the D on it. I was like, but no, yeah, like this film was solid. Like, it's I got my criticisms, but it's solid.
Yeah. Well, let's get into the criticisms. What you got?
I was not a fan of Valentina's assistant.
Okay.
I found it weird that now you get to a point where Valentina's just doing too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, now you got to go double agent on her. Because I feel like you've been 10 toes down, behind her all this time. Now all of a sudden it's too much, because you can't be her right hand getting a coffee and not knowing what's going on too. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like you having this moral dilemma all of a sudden. And I think that was like, I don't know if that was lazy writing, but it's like somebody had to be the wishy-washy person. And I was like, that was weird though.
Well, I felt like it's a out of sight, out of mind thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course she knows everything that's going on in the background, but she's never there to actually see it. She's always coordinating from the tablet. She's with DeFontaine. Yeah. No, she's with Val. Yeah. She's with Val all the time. So she don't have firsthand notice of like what's really going on. Like, hella people died from them taking that super soldier serum, right?
Yeah.
You can't really understand or feel the effects of that if you're not there. Yeah, you see it on the tablet, you may see pictures or screenshots, but that don't really hit you unless you're there.
Yeah.
And I think the more things started to really blow up, like they had to scrub all the facilities.
Yeah.
And now she's really getting a true understanding of like, hey, this really ain't right. Like, I think it clicked for her in that moment. And maybe that, that's where the moral dilemma started to happen, because it was like, oh no, this ain't right.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just a little weird. I was just like, that's annoying, because I feel like you should be like, Valentina needed somebody with her in her villainy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she needed somebody to stand behind her.
But hey, look, if all I gotta do is coordinate shit from this tablet and I'm getting paid who knows how much, shit, do it too, until I realize, hey, this is affecting me morally.
Yeah, I guess, man. And then okay, that was okay. Now this is the thing, right? And not to say that it's a bad thing. I enjoyed that there wasn't like a clear-cut villain.
Okay.
Valentina, you can say Bob or you can say the Void. I'm not sure who. I'm not sure who we point to blame.
I thought about this. The villain was depression. That was the villain.
Yeah, right. Mental health.
That was the villain. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's like and sometimes villains aren't just cut and copy and paste, right? So I appreciate the fact that I can't point at one person and say that, hey, they're the villain, because it's so much going on.
It is a lot going on.
So Valentina's always considered like an anti something, like, you know what I'm saying? She's not a villain, but
I know it's like honestly, I put her in the same boat as like a Baron Zemo. Like she controls a lot. Sometimes it may get out of hand, but she always has a contingency plan, right?
Man.
Which is what happens at the end when she announces the new Avengers. Like
I'll let you play a job.
That was crazy.
She walked right to the press room.
Bro, I was like, what's happening? And that was like as crazy as it was dope.
Yeah,
like it was dope as hell.
Like, hey, I know you guys are mad, but
right, just follow me this way, and here we go, all these damn cameras. So
man, but essentially that's what Yelena wanted, though.
Right,
she wanted the front-facing job where she gets the praise and accolades of a superhero, because she does all these things in the Shadow Ops that don't get praise, they don't get medals, they don't get anything. So I appreciate them realizing that, hey, I would love to be on the other side of this, because the only person that truly had a taste of that was US Agent and Red Guardian, because they were considered heroes at a point. Like, he fumbled, US Agent fumbled, and you saw that he had to work to get back to at least a decent person, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then Red Guardian, he was once upon a time that guy in Russia, and now he's getting back to that. So now I'm happy to see kind of like a full range of people just kind of going through something.
Right. I have one nitpick from this film. It's very rare. It's very rare to me that like superhero costumes don't translate well to film. Sentry's costume was terrible. Like I was not feeling that. And maybe it was his hair.
Was it like
that shit was gold? I'm like,
was it like Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern bad?
Now, Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern suit to me wasn't that bad. Now, granted, it was all CGI, but I don't think it was that bad.
Like, you can tell that was a suit, but
this Sentry shit was terrible. Like, like the way that the MCU enhanced Deadpool suit from like the Fox version, I thought was great. Even Wolverine suit in Deadpool and Wolverine, the yellow joint, comic book accurate, fire. This Sentry shit, because that was comic book accurate Sentry suit.
Okay.
But that shit was terrible in live action. Like, it was weird. It looked funny. I didn't like it.
Okay.
I didn't like it.
Now, this is my biggest criticism, right? I feel like this movie is a carbon copy of Age of Ultron. And I hate that I see it like that. The reason I say that, right? You have a villain that's not really a villain, Bob, Void, whoever, right? They didn't beat him. And then he wound up joining them.
They flipped him.
And throughout Age of Ultron, right? At this point, we know who the Avengers are. They were suffering from a lot. And then you had Wanda Maximoff, who became Scarlet Witch, using her magic to play those tricks on them. Like, that's how Tony Stark saw the invasion of the Chitauri, and he wanted to build Ultron in the first place. She messed with Thor to see that the death of his mother. Who else? We saw a glimpse into the Black Widow and how they were raised or tortured or all that. Like, she used black magic for that. So now you get Bob and his superpowers with the Void doing the same thing to our quote unquote heroes, making them relive trauma. The only thing that they did differently, I would say, that they expanded on the trauma piece, making them face those fears in the Void or whatever that was.
I mean this with all due respect. That's crazy. That's crazy. You're absolutely right.
Oh,
but I didn't. No, you were right. I didn't. It didn't click. But you're right. You are absolutely right.
Because when you described it to me last night, I'm like, that sounds like Age of Ultron. But and you know me, I'm an Age of so this means I love the film.
Yeah.
So I'm not shitting on the film at all. I was like, no, I can watch this again today. Like, but I'm just saying, the people that didn't like Age of Ultron then.
Yeah, that
means you should love it now.
Right.
Like, if you've seen this, you should love Age of Ultron, because it's essentially some of the same plot points. Like, yeah, some things are different, but essentially the gist of it is that our heroes have to face something that they're running from.
And you know what? The fact that first of all, I think you're absolutely correct. But I kind of see this as, a beefed up pause version of Guardians of the Galaxy 1. Where you get a band of misfits who, of course, don't really know each other. They get to attacking each other and somehow have to form a team to fight, the villain that they're looking for.
Yeah.
And to end on not really having to actually fight versus having to, help Bob free himself from the void through community and love. Like, where in Guardians he just had to beat Ronan by fucking. I still hate that shit, bro. That shit still pisses me off. But again, same premise, same kind of plot point.
But think about how Ultron ended. It only ended because Vision got him up out of here. The last blow that got Ultron up out of here was Vision. And it's kind of like the only reason. And I kind of saw that coming. It was like I'm looking at it and I was like, there's nowhere to be now. We knew this going in. No way. But I was just like, they're going to have to reason with him. Like, they're going to have to find whatever that connective piece is. Now, I do enjoy that. I was like, oh, the Void is just different. Like, that's just something else. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. So we're trying to help Bob face that. Yeah. And they, like you said, they made him feel wanted, made him feel a part of something because Bob was a loser. Bob was a meth head. Like, I was like, oh, so y'all got a crackhead powers? That's crazy. That's the first thing I said. I was like, this nigga is a crackhead. That's true. This nigga survived. Of course, he survived the testings. See, he put dope in his body. No dope on Sundays, bro.
Hey, look, but it is Sunday. So
I was just saying. I was like, oh, y'all gave the crackhead superpowers.
Damn, no, that's right. That's crazy. but it's true though. But it's true. All right.
Obviously, I enjoy the film. Those criticisms that I do have, slight nitpicks, but I'm very excited. Like this gets, and now I got to shit on Captain America: Brave New World because this is what a political espionage film feels like. I don't know what that shit was. And they made comparing the two is like, and you said this, Johnny. You was like, hey, Thunderbolts gonna be that one.
I told you.
You told me.
I did.
But
now, I only said it because I thought it was gonna be better action. But the story itself
is better.
Was way
sometimes the story matters, and the story mattered this part. And they made light of what happened just a few months ago with Captain America. The president turning red. It was something else that they made light of. You know what I'm saying? But
hey, man, here we are. Now, before we get out of here, if you want to talk, you can about the mid-credit scene, but I don't really care about this.
Shout out to the Wire alumni. Yeah, Bunk in there and Frank Sabaka. Hey. I was like, that's lit.
Fire. So
the real
after credit scene.
Yeah.
Hey man, first thoughts. You just seen the movie a few hours ago. Tell me what you think.
It's up.
Yeah, look, it's up. Easy.
It's up.
Easy.
The only thing is, I think that this one kind of steps on the movie. Like it steps on the movie.
That's okay.
It steps on, like Marvel loves stepping, big stepping.
The thing about the after credit scene to me, first of all,
let's just talk about what happened, right?
Okay, cool. Right. So
people may not have seen it.
We are back in, I guess, New Avengers Tower, which is the old Avengers Tower, I believe.
Yeah.
And
they're having this war between public perception and Captain America.
Yeah.
Captain America can form his own team, and people, even though people don't really, rock with Sam Wilson,
right?
They'll be okay with that.
The real New Avengers versus the fake New Avengers.
Damn, Cap's fake.
Caps is real.
Okay.
No, they fake. Okay. They fake. This Valentina fake.
Yeah.
Val's Avengers versus the real Avengers. So the whole scene is them basically going throwing shots back and forth on, or Yelena is saying, why is nobody really taking us serious in this role? She talk about a space crisis that nobody's telling them about, when clearly she has the technology to really look into this shit herself, which is crazy. Then you got Red Guardian in a full-blown F1 suit talking about, I have a fix. I have fix. We say Avengers with Z versus Ed.
Hey,
that shit was funny.
One thing about Red Guardian in this film, like definitely comic relief.
Yeah.
He was definitely on his drag shit, but it was that accent. It made me think of Zangief from that bad Street Fighter film. Like how how goofy Zangief was, bro.
You make friend. You make friend with me.
Right.
Type shit.
I'm like, come on, man.
But yeah, so even Bucky saying that he reached out to Sam Wilson and he said it didn't go well. I'm like,
and that's his man.
That's his man. Like they just shared a moment in 14 months ago.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
It's crazy. And then the end of the scene, they actually get a notification that there's an extra dimensional ship that's entering the atmosphere. They get a close up on it. We hear the Fantastic Four music from the trailers that we've been seeing, and we see the ship.
Fantastic.
Oh man.
Yeah.
To me, that is vintage classic MCU after credit scene. Like that, It felt great. That whole scene felt great.
It's big stepping on the product. Like
I feel
the fact that we know that they're showing up now.
Yeah.
Like that's how you. I mean, it's understood because there ain't no other people over there with them. There ain't nobody over there with them.
I feel like that may be an actual scene from Doomsday. Like kind of like how we got. Was it after Civil War where we got the
No, it was after Winter Soldier when Bucky and Cap. It was like Bucky and Cap, Cap and Sam and they had
Bucky with his arm and the thing. Yeah.
Like stuff like that.
Yeah, that was an actual scene, right? So I feel like this is an actual scene from Avengers Doomsday, which comes out, is it next year or 27? I think it's next year.
I think it's next year.
Next year.
Yeah.
So again, man, even more interesting, that after credit scene, even though it's literally the same team from the movie, it felt different. Like it felt different. Like this belongs in another film. So
yeah, and I like how cool they are with each other now, and that's what you want from your team. It's like now I wasn't with the whole Thunderbolts when they announced it. When I saw the trailer, I'm like, yeah, it's cool. Now I'm actually invested in what this team is and what it can do. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And we saw from the beginning where they attacked each other to all of them somehow helping each other with their grief and depression and things like that.
Yeah.
To becoming a full-fledged team.
Yeah.
Like they got put in a situation where they needed to go out and help the public together.
I wonder how Bob comes back into play. Like, is he gonna be on his Captain Marvel, like what, or Dark Phoenix or whatever? Like, how does this work for him?
If I'm being honest, I feel like, and potential spoilers, I don't know. This is just my theory. Because Bob Sentry is so powerful, I feel like Doom somehow manipulates him to become his weapon.
Okay.
Because you saw how strong he was. You saw how powerful he was.
Now, let me ask you this before we get out of here and give our rating. Obviously,
yes,
right? What do you think about Taskmaster dying in the incinerator?
Trash.
No, but I mean to say this, right?
Those popped in the head, like for real.
Like got up out of here too.
Trash.
I ain't know we shoot niggas in the head in MCU.
Hey man, look, we already had Deadpool, Wolverine. We here, baby. We here, baby.
Can't go back. Toothpaste can't go back in the tube.
Facts.
But this the thing, right? So I wasn't completely upset with that, and I felt like you would have been, but I know you had such disdain for how they treated that character.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, well, let's get her up out of here. Like, get this version of Taskmaster up out of here, and then when we do a reset, maybe you can do it properly. No.
Well, I hear you, and
maybe this was the chance to do it right.
Yes.
Okay.
Because that shit, they got you liking Ghosts.
Yeah, they do.
We could have did the same shit with that. We could have did the exact same thing, but I guess I don't like the fact that they use Taskmaster as like a martyr, right? To show that it could get real in this film.
Got about it.
They could have did Ghosts like that. I don't know. It's a black lady. Never mind.
But clearly,
man.
We have reached it. Oh, I'm sorry. No.
We gotta do our rating. Gotta do our rating.
I'm gonna go out of 5. I just seen it. I'm gonna say 3.75.
Okay.
3.75. I mean, I think I really, really enjoy the film. I need to see it again, and we can up this probably. Like, but 3.75.
Yeah. See, me, I'm going 3.5. Like, okay. I've had a week to digest it and sit with it. I'm going 3.5 only because, well, first of all, I thoroughly enjoyed the film.
Yeah.
Again, love the dialogue.
Yeah.
I love the fact that these characters were able to mesh well.
Yeah.
And the fact that they carried themselves in a film versus TV, I thought was amazing.
Ooh, yeah.
I loved it. But I personally needed a little more action. Like you got an assassin, you got US agent, you got ghosts. Like these people should have been fighting a lot more, like a whole lot more.
I guess because they were fighting each other.
Yeah, but which was cool at first because of course, you know, Val, she put them against each other.
Now it got me thinking, right? Would you say this action is on par with how the first Avengers was? Because they didn't do too much fighting to the end. Because they kept fighting each other. It was more about character development and building the team together. It just came to me.
I guess the difference with the first Avengers
you already
is that Avengers team was teased for like 5 years before they got together. So
I guess because
we knew they was gonna be fighting.
Yeah, we already knew what that was. Okay.
Yeah.
I was just I just thought about that. Well, clearly we have reached the end of our docket. Johnny, what you got for him, bro?
Hey, if you're on YouTube, we appreciate you for rocking with us this long. Hit that comment section. Let us know about any of the topics that we discussed today. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. And hit that notification bell. Ding. And we'll catch y'all next week.
Yes, sir.
If you're on audio, you know what time it is.
Oh, it's song of the week. Week.
You are now listening to Oversaturated, the podcast hosted by Johnnie and Ralph. Now let's get it.